International Building Performance Simulation Association, okay, India chapter. He is an ardent programmer, okay, and he likes to do his scientific computing and software development side by side for work efficiency and process optimizations. And today, he would like to tell us a bit about what all projects his company is involved in and what are the mathematical inputs in it. Okay, so Adil, over to you.
Thanks for the kind introduction. And I think there's no better opportunity to actually face the upcoming generation who is going to be, is going to be forebearer of the technology that we all talk about here. And the presentation in fact is being decided by Ajit himself. He said that, okay, you showed me a lot of stuff. Now tell us how can we actually impart the same knowledge to the people, and how can we inculcate the interest in the students toward mathematics and towards engineering simulation. So my presentation is going to be divided in 3 parts, and those parts are first the contest and then some sort of understanding of the physics, and then understanding of the engineering and mathematics, and then whatever is usually the way we actually use these kind of simulation in our projects. So I start generally from this WhatsApp image that I some time back I got, and from then it became a part of my presentation's opening slide. And it is so absolutely clear that this is what we are doing. We are asking everyone to climb the same tree, whether it's an elephant or a monkey or whatever. And there are a lot of monkeys also who does very well, and that inculcate this idea that you have to be a monkey to do well, which I outrightly reject. That you don't really have to be a monkey, because when you are an elephant, so be an elephant. So this is how with an apology, our education system is almost like this. We ask everybody to do the same paper and come up with this entire work. So the contest building part, what I would do is I would actually focus on why we lack in a lot of things that we should not lack. So starting with this particular thing, with giving you a frame of mind, like, okay, this is how our education system is, and what kind of frame of mind is really required to build or do something like this. Can you imagine what kind of frame of mind is required to do something like this? You would simply say it's silly. It's silly, and this is how we actually study mathematics. Without knowing the context of anything, we study and do a lot of equations and do a lot of simulations and all those kind of things. So the purpose of showing you this image as well as this image, also this image, this is absolute planning. He started from this side, and the sea is coming somewhere else, and this is a planning thing. And focus on this one also. This is an architectural marvel. Similarly, this thing. The purpose of showing you these images is that this is the kind of disconnection we have between what we do or what we study and what the practical world is. This is a very simple example of that. Obviously, what we are lacking, this is something which we really need to think about and focus on. And some of our real mentors, or some of our people who are leading this entire industry, like our Dr. Sridharan sir. But he said that quality of engineers in India is really substandard, and I am for it actually. I don't detest this particular aspect, because the quality of engineers in India is really, they are not called engineers simply. The reason being that the kind of understanding which is required to be an engineer is not there with us. And similarly, another great figure says that he absolutely is right that there is no invention in India from past 60 years. We go in US and do a lot of inventions there, but why don't we do it in India? You can say there are no resources and this kind of thing or that kind of thing, but we are trained to work under resource crunch. I mean, our history tell us that we are the people who work under the resource crunch, and we are so innovative in whatever aspects you think about. So I agree with him fully. So let's come to this the dilemma of mathematics and why mathematics is important and why mathematics should be the prime focus for all the studies and why it is something that we really need to unlearn. The entire universe is actually written in mathematics. A mathematical equation is so absolute and so definite that you can write hundreds of pages of book, you cannot define that equity which you define in an equation. So this is the mathematical, this is the language that we really need to learn. You can see that this is something that's governing our world almost. You can also make bombs out of it, but still you can make electricity as well on this one. This is one of the most basic equations that we went through. Another, this is why our entire universe is actually getting into, you can say, they are all, they are stable, they are in equilibrium and all those kinds of things. So these are simple statements and they are governing the universe. So the point that I am trying to make, they are really serious things. They are not some statement made by somebody. Somebody who has made this statement has done a world of research and then he came up with this 5 or 6 alphabets, which gives us an understanding of how it works. Similarly, information internet works on that. Maxwell's equation, this is how the waves and the radio waves and all those kind of things, they are all completely designed based on this understanding. Leave it, I don't know much about it. Then Euler's formula, again, this is something which is a mathematical beauty. And I think you guys can explain it better than I do, so I'll just leave it. But for you should note it and you should go to internet and search it, what exactly it is. But this is one of the most beautiful mathematical equations ever devised, ever worked out. So the way we read the study mathematics is this one. We just write equations on the board and we solve them. And it's not simply a fault of the education system itself, because there are a lot of people, a lot of teachers who are actually trying to find out ways to handle this thing. But this was the culture. This was the medieval way of teaching people language, teaching people social, other kind of subjects. So these things are almost there in our DNA. But we need to change ourselves. We need to come up with better ideas of teaching and imparting this idea of mathematics. And what those ideas can be, this is what I am going to be discussing in a while.